are we good to go? Should I start? Hello everyone, hope you are having a great time hacking and enjoying your time finding innovative solutions to problems that we are facing during these times. So, I'd like to welcome you all to the session 8 of EduTalks, session by Mr. Madhav sir. So, a bit about him. He's a cadet by nature and a developer by passion. A tech enthusiast, a full stack JavaScript developer, tech blogger, podcaster, vlogger, self help blogger, writer, motivator, and mentor for those who want to learn programming, development, and recent technologies. Madhav sir has been continuously helping the youth of India to become better at programming. He he is someone who has contributed a lot to the community of programmers and is currently working as a software engineer at Microsoft. He has a vision in life. His goal is to make each and every individual of this world proficient in at least one programming language. It's a pleasure for us to have you, sir, at Eduthon. And now, sir, over to you. Thank you for being a part.
Thanks a lot, Binam and Saksham, for calling me here. And it's totally a pleasure to be here. And it reminds me of my college days when I used to attend so many hackathons. And I genuinely appreciate all of you who are taking part in in this particular hackathon, because trust me, hackathon is the best part about college life, and it's totally a win-win scenario. Even if you no matter if you lose or if you win, so just think about it in this such a way that if you win, you're going to get the cash prize, you're going to get the swags, and you're going to get so many things. And if even if you lose, you get a project that was made within 24 hours. Like, that's the least you can do, like a project, a full-fledged working project in 24 hours, right? And you get a project that you can mention in your resume, you can mention in your LinkedIn profile, you can write a blog about it on how you wrote it. So yes, it's completely a win-win scenario. There is no one who loses in the hackathon. So glad to be here. Thanks a lot for the organizing team to call me here, and I hope my voice is audible to everyone, and I'll start sharing my screen. But before we go, I just want to tell you one thing, that like, I'm here for you guys, and I would love it if you make it an interactive session, and just just feel free to ask me like any doubt that you have. I'll be viewing the chat window like completely, like every time, and you can just say a hi or hello or anything there that you want, and you can just put up your question, and I would really love to answer it. And yes, so let's get started. So today's topic, as the poster and the LinkedIn post already told you, that today's topic will be brand building, and basically brand building through storytelling, and how can you leverage LinkedIn to that, and the benefits of building a brand. So yes, again, like, why can you listen to me? Like, I'm sharing my experiences today, and in the whole sort of this webinar, I'll be just sharing my experiences continuously. So like, I feel that yes, you can listen to me. Why? Because in the past 3 to 4 months itself, I've got more than 40 speaking opportunities only because of LinkedIn. So that's why I'm putting so much attention to brand building and storytelling through LinkedIn. And Vinam or Saksham, can I like share my camera as well? Like, can I turn my camera on? I have this habit of. All right, all right. Let me give it a shot. I'm not able to do it. Not sure why. It's still not visible, I think. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, let's let's continue using this only. So yes, uh, within 3 to 4 months, for like past 5 months, I think, like, there has not been a single weekend where I have not been like speaking in any college or any hackathon or any particular event. And within last 2 years, I've completed more than 17 initiatives to teach students in tech. And all the students the count was more than 15,000. And most of them like reached out to me through LinkedIn. And most of the like I could was able to reach so many students through LinkedIn. And I'm a two times top writer. So this one one is written here in productivity. And yes, of course, like I was invited just like this one. I was till now I've been invited to speak and judge in many different hackathons. So yes, so I think that was enough to convince you that you can listen to me when it comes to brand building and storytelling and all those things. And of course, the benefits of building a brand are immense. So yes, let's have a look at all these things today. But of course, like if you have any question or any doubt in between, feel free to just write it down in the chat section. I'm constantly viewing the chat section, and I would love to interact with you guys. So what are we going to discuss today? We are going to discuss these 8 things today. First one is the all start. So yes, I know, like the session is about brand building and little bit about LinkedIn profile, right? Then why am I starting from LinkedIn profile itself? You'll get to know eventually. So yes, I'll be starting with LinkedIn. Like, you can build your brand irrespective of the platform, anywhere. It can be Twitter, it can be Instagram, or it can be like anywhere, right? But I generally prefer LinkedIn. I'm going to tell you all about those things, like why I love LinkedIn so much. And then after that particular thing, I'm going to sort of tell you like what is a brand, and like how to think about like when it comes to brand. And then deciding your network, and how to increase your network, how to reach out to people. And then how can you leverage storytelling to sort of build a profile that people can't simply ignore on. Let it be resume, let it be LinkedIn profile, let it be Twitter, Instagram, or no matter where you are. And then finally, I'll be talking a little bit about the frequency and timings of the post, like how and where and when should you publish your content. And then finally, I'll be giving you guys a challenge. So it'll take me around 45 minutes for presenting my content today. Like, it will be over about, I believe it should be over till 3:45 p.m. And then I will be free to sort of have a complete discussion with you guys on like if you guys even have any doubt related to hackathon, or even if you want to discuss about your project, I would love to discuss it with you. So yes, first of all, like why do I love LinkedIn so much? Like, trust me, building a brand while leveraging LinkedIn can bring you infinite opportunities. Like, it can first of all give you recognition. LinkedIn's algorithm works like this. Like, you put up a post on LinkedIn. If a person likes that post, it appears on his feed as well. The people who follow that particular person will get to see that this particular person XYZ liked Madhav's post. So that's how the organic reach on LinkedIn right now is immense. It's totally huge. And right now is the time to sort of leverage that power. The same thing was there with Instagram from around, I think, in 2017 to 2018. If any participant who is viewing this video right now, if he or she was there on Instagram on that particular year, 2017 or 2018, he or she might have known that if you put a single hashtag programming, hashtag JavaScript, you will get immense views on that particular post, right? So Instagram's organic reach was huge at that time, but the attention increased due to that particular reason. The attention on that social media platform increased exponentially, and the crowd started, like, all the traffic started coming to Instagram due to its sort of algorithm to make the post reach higher and higher. And like, whenever there's too much traffic, your organic reach gets degraded a lot. So right now, like Instagram, you can't get organic reach. Even if you put 30 out of 30 hashtags, you still might not be able to get even a single extra view from that particular hashtag. So that's the case with LinkedIn. Right now, LinkedIn is having a lot of attention. Right now, LinkedIn's algorithm works in such a way that people get a lot of attention and a lot of organic reach on LinkedIn without doing any extra promotion or advertisement. And that's why right now is the time to utilize that particular algorithm. And I can predict that this will not remain the case forever. Like, there's going to be so much traffic on LinkedIn, there's going to be so much crowd within next 1 or 2 years, as far as I can predict, that organic reach is going to degrade, just like in Instagram, within a year or two. So yes, right now, if you're watching this webinar, like, trust me, right now is the time to leverage LinkedIn's power to build a brand. So and the benefits, and you all know the benefits of building a brand. Like, there should be something like, whenever we think of these taglines, let's say anything like washing powder, you get that particular voice in your head, washing powder Nirma, or something like that, right? There are so many brands. So even you can, personal branding works in the same way. Even you can have such a strong brand that whenever someone talks about programming, he or she remembers your name. Whenever someone talks about JavaScript, he or she remembers your name. So that, this is my aim today, like, to motivate you guys to start building a brand, and within next, maybe, who knows, 1 or 2 years, you can reach at a position that I can even imagine. Like, I can't even imagine. So yes, if I'm able to motivate you to go out on LinkedIn and start making content, I believe my purpose has been served. So yes, the not deviating the topic too much now, like, the benefits of your LinkedIn profile. First of all, it can get you recognition. How? I've told you about the superb algorithm that LinkedIn follows right now. The algorithm which fetches you a huge organic reach, and then opportunities, as I told you in the previous slide as well. Like, within last, like, till now, I have lost the count. Like, it must be more than 100 events in where I have spoken in, and but I have lost the exact count. But in last 3 to 4 months, I can say that it is 40 or more events. So yes, it can bring you so many opportunities. And let me tell you one more story. So when I recently started blogging on Medium, like, my first blog was about related to web development, and I sort of published that blog on Medium and wrote a little about it on LinkedIn as well. And trust me, within a week or two, I started getting messages. That was 2018, January 2018. I started getting messages that our startup has a sort of vacancy. Do you want to work in our startup as a web developer? So yes, that's the power of LinkedIn. It can get you immense opportunities. And the exact number, I'm going to tell you the exact number in my slides as well. So you are going to enjoy today's session a lot, trust me. Then, of course, credibility. uh, when it comes to trust and credibility, first of all, LinkedIn allows us to build a profile ourselves, where we can showcase our talents, our skills, our experiences, and our summary and about us, right? So first thing is our sort of headline, then it is about our summary, where we can write about ourselves, like, what all have we accomplished in our lives till now, right? But more than that, it also allows other users to give you endorsements, to give you recommendations. So those, the recommendations, the testimonials, the endorsements which you get from others is basically something that gets you that particular credibility and trust. Because, of course, just think about it. If there's a person X who is writing a lot about himself, and there's a person Y who is sort of famous, like, others are talking about him, like, he is, like, some random people are telling that he is a genius in JavaScript. So in your subconscious mind, if you are a third person, you will trust Y more than X, because X keeps talking about himself, but Y is someone whom people talk about. So yes, LinkedIn has that power, that endorsements, that recognition, and the testimonials, which can make you earn the trust and credibility. And of course, it has two more powerful features. Like, on LinkedIn, you can showcase your brand and tell your story. So yes, and remember this thing, right? Since we are going to talk a lot about brand building today, always remember this quote up from Jeff Bezos, which is a brand is something that others say about you when you are not in the room. Listen to it once again. A brand is what others speak about you when you are not in the room. So, yes, I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say. And I want all of you guys, whoever is working on JavaScript today, I want you to be the face of JavaScript within like 2 to 4 years. Like whenever someone talks about JavaScript, like he should remember your face, at least in your network, guys. So yes, now let me tell you the exact numbers, or which what the exact numbers by which you can improve if you leverage LinkedIn. All right. So first of all, the benefits of using LinkedIn, like it can give you recommendations, recognitions, opportunities, credibility, and showcasing your brand and telling your story. So yes, but having an all-star profile, what does an all-star profile mean? And guys, like if you have any doubts, anything to say to me, feel free to mention in the chat section. And yes, coming back to the content. So yes, having an all-star profile means having a complete profile. In other words, everything we can expect out of a LinkedIn profile. First thing is profile picture, experiences, your location, your industry, your skills, your summary, your connections, your endorsements and recommendations, and so on. And like when you have an all-star profile, it will look something like this. In this particular section, your dashboard, it will show something like this. It's an all-star profile. So yes, like having an all-star profile can bring you up to 40 times more opportunities. That's a huge number, right? 40 times more opportunities. So let's say if right now you were getting 10 or 20 speaking opportunities after working so hard and after applying to so many, let's say, hackathons and conferences, now maybe let's say you are getting 10. If you have an all-star profile, or maybe if you are leveraging LinkedIn properly, you can get up to 40 times, which is you can make that 10 go to 400. That's huge. So great. How to make that all-star profile? First thing, profile photo. Like you're having a profile photo can bring you up to 21 times more profile views. 21 times more. That's a huge number. Up to 36 times more messages and 9 times more connection requests. So you can build a great network just by having a profile photo on your LinkedIn profile. But what is a good profile photo? What's an example of a good profile photo? So many people get confused on what exactly is a profile photo and how should we, like they think a lot, like should we spend too much money on having a like professional photo or something like that. It's not at all required. Like any photo which is showing you in a relaxed and calm manner and has good lighting and covers your face or your particular you at more than 60% and less of the background, that's a good profile photo. 3 points, remember these 3 points. First one, any photo which is showing you in a calm and relaxed manner, so you can see like this. Second point, it should cover you rather than background. So as you can see in this particular photo, it can be around, like I don't know the exact number, of course, but I can say that it's around 65% or 70% me and then 30% background. That's a good number. That's a good ratio. And then proper lighting. So this is like there's a proper lighting in the room and in the photo. So just these three things, and you can have a good profile photo. Second thing is updated headline, industry, and location. So yes, this is the headline and location and industry. So by having these three things updated, you can appear in up to 38 times more recruiter searches. 38 times. 9 times more profile views. And with the location, 19 times more profile views. It's super effective. Summary. So now, as you might have noticed, I'm going one by one, like profile photo first, second headline, and then location and so on. Now comes about the summary, your about section. So in your about section, you can start off with what you do. You can tell why do you do, and then don't forget to mention what is your aim in life and how do you plan to achieve that particular aim. So you can go through my particular summary. Like I've written that what I am right now, why do I do this, and what's my aim. My aim is to basically make each and every individual. That's a huge thing, but yes, that is my aim, to make each and every individual of this world proficient in at least one programming language, because I believe that programming is the new sort of like is not just a skill. In upcoming few years it is going to be a sort of necessity. And then I've written about what all things have I done till now to actually make my this dream, to make my aim a reality. So I've taken more than 17 initiatives for that, published more than 100 blogs, and spoke at more than 50 events. So yes, that's a sort of example on how can you write your own summary or your about section. Then education, like having a education itself, like mentioning your college name itself can fetch you up to 17 times more messages from recruiters. 17 times, that's a huge number. Skills, endorsements, and recommendations. So it has been seen that people with more than 5 skills appear in up to 27 times more searches from recruiters. Then comes your experiences, like having an updated current position can get you. Current position is basically this one, like the experience section. Having an updated current position can bring you up to 8 times more profile views and 27 times more searches from recruiters. So yes, but so now till now we have seen like what all things you can do, like how can an all star profile benefit you. But now I want to ask you something. How do you reach out to people? Let's say you want me to be your mentor. How will you reach out to me? How will you message me? Like I can wait for you guys to mention in the chat section, but I think that will take a lot of time because it's not a one-on-one going on, and writing takes a lot of time, and we have a little limited time right now. So yeah, I thought of actually, I sort of planned on asking you how do you communicate, but let me go on with the content itself because otherwise it will take a lot of time if you guys keep writing. So yes, these are my 4 tips. Like, consider reaching out to someone or communicating to a random stranger on LinkedIn as giving an elevator pitch. So if you guys know what an elevator pitch is, just write down in the chat section. Feel free to write it down, and I would love to see it. What are your views on what an elevator pitch is? So yes, while reaching out to someone, try to see it as your elevator pitch. These are my 4 simple tips. First of all, start by introducing yourself. Second, tell the summary of what you do. These all should take at most 2 or 3 lines. Then third, instead of like waiting for his reply, or instead of doing the small talks, I hope you understand the small talks. The talks, it actually includes hi, how are you, hello, good morning, all these things. Remove all these small talks and come directly to the purpose. Fourth point, end with a gratitude. As simple as that. So let us see an example. So here's this first person, Jimmy, and second, like first person can be seen as Adam, and second person is Jimmy. So Mr. Adam does like this, like he just reaches out to a random stranger on LinkedIn and says, "Hi, how are you?" That random stranger does not reply. Then he says, "Hey." Then he does not reply. Then he says, "Hello." He still does not reply. And then he gets annoyed, and then he says, "Okay, don't reply. I don't need your help," and all those things. So yes, I usually just mentioned elevator page as a short and crisp summary about yourself. Yes, exactly. We can say that it's a short and crisp summary, not only about yourself, but about your purpose as well, or about the service you are trying to offer, or about the product you are trying to sell, or about in general, a short and crisp sort of introduction or summary about which tells everything about what you are trying to say, or what is your which depicts your purpose clearly. So let's see an example. So this person, like I can bet that more than 90% of you guys present here can do this thing. Like, hi, how are you? Like, even in my LinkedIn DM, if I open it right now, you would see thousands of messages just like this, hi, and nothing after that. Then like just go to knowhello.com and you will learn about it. So uh, uh, I can mention the link, maybe, or you can directly go to your web browser and see knowhello.com. So basically, they have explained it very clearly that basically what happens whenever you say to someone like hi and then wait for their reply and then some write your purpose. It's like sort of like you will say hi, they will come and say hi, then you will start typing your exact purpose and they'll wait for the time being. It's very unprofessional to keep a random stranger waiting. Like, consider it a real life scenario. Let's take an example. Let's say I call Ayushi. I'm so sorry, Ayushi, I'm taking your example, but yeah. Let me say I call Ayushi and then I say, Ayushi, hello. Then Ayushi replies, hey. And then I hold the call for, let's say, 2 minutes. And then I come back and tell her, why did I call? So it's exactly like this. Like whenever you say to someone hi, like on chat, and then wait for their reply and then type your purpose, it's like making them wait for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's highly unprofessional to make a random stranger wait. So instead of that, like you should directly come to purpose. Like remember those 4 points. First of all, tell about you, start introduction. Second, tell the summary of what you do. Third, mention your purpose directly. Fourth, end with a small gratitude. So let's take an example. So in this image, so Jimmy does it very carefully. Like, hi, I'm Jimmy. And then he says, it is so nice to connect with you. A humble gratitude. And then I am a graphic designer at ABC Private Limited. And I'm passionate about creating beautiful, intuitive designs for a variety of marketing collateral for our top tier clients. So in these 2 lines, he gave his introduction and the summary of what he does. Then he will directly jump on to his purpose. He says, I am looking for experiences to learn more about career paths and ways to grow into the role of an art director in next few years. Then he again like appreciates the work of the person whom he's reaching out to, because of course you should it's a sort of normal gratitude and a good gesture. So he says, your work with XYZ brand has inspired the ways I think about design. I would love to talk more about a potential mentorship with you if that's something you have time for and you would be interested in. Thanks for your time. She implemented these 4 points very, very carefully: introduction, summary, purpose, and gratitude. So that's how you reach out to people on LinkedIn, and not, hey, how are you? How's your day going? Or good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and wait for the reply. Don't do that. Be like Jimmy, don't be like Adam. So, yes, now we are finally coming to the branding foundation. So if you guys have any doubt till now, just feel free to mention in the chat section, and I will wait for 1 minute, around 1 minute, and then I'll continue with my content. All right, so it seems you don't have any doubts. That's great. So I think I'm explaining quick in a good manner, but yeah. All right, so next comes the favorite part, like the branding foundation. So when you are starting your journey in profile building or in brand building, like I would suggest these 4 steps. You can follow them right now itself. All right, so Ayushi just asked the question, how to overcome imposter syndrome. That's a completely different topic, Ayushi. I think if I go till that, like it would take a lot of time, and it's not actually related to the profile building. But yes, I can give you some tips. Like always remember in your mind that you have put in the hard work, which people does not do. Ask yourself first of all, like do you actually copy or paste things, or uh, are you just thinking? Do you put your own hard work? If yes, then just trust yourself. And I know it's very easy said than done, but yes, I won't go too much deep into imposter syndrome because it's a little bit off topic for this today. But yeah, so yeah, Ayushi, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. It's linkedin.com/in/Madhav Bahl, and you can reach out to me. We can have a discussion on imposter syndrome if you want. But yes, that's something you definitely want to get over with, because in long term, having an imposter syndrome can like do a lot of wrong things. Like I mean, it can seriously demotivate you, and it can crush your confidence. So that's something you definitely would want to get over with. But yes, I can help you out. But yeah, let's not keep it a part of this particular session. All right, Ritvik, let's see your doubt. So Ritvik said that we wanted to make a startup, and for that we needed some mentorship and recommendation. How to approach people for that? Just like I said, have a sort of elevator pitch for your product. Like first of all, introduce, like tell a summary of your product. Like let's say if your product is about anything, like let's say I can't think of anything right now, but or maybe a video streaming platform of the world's fastest video streaming platform, like just an example. So just mention that we are working on a startup through which we can provide people a platform to stream their videos uh, in a smooth and faster manner, and we have seen that our platform performs like let's say 1.2 times better than this particular XYZ platform. Like, but we are looking for a mentor to guide us. Like if you are interested in that and you have time for that, please do let us know. So that is the first thing, like having a elevator pitch and reaching out to people. Second thing is following up. Like it is obvious that you are not going to get the reply within as soon as you text them, right? Like taking my own example, I get at least 50 messages per day on LinkedIn, at least. And it is impossible for me to manage my work as well and then reply to all those 50 messages as well. So it's completely impossible. So rather than that, like instead of giving up, follow up. Remember that once you have made your elevator pitch, follow up. Like after 2 days, just put a humble message that like uh, it can be anything. Like you can search on Google like how to follow up. But yes, do follow up after 2 days. If you still don't get a reply, follow up after 1 week. If you still don't get a reply, follow up after 2 weeks. don't don't follow up regularly, otherwise the person might get annoyed and purposely not reply to you. But yes, follow up at a proper time interval. Like first is 48 hours, second is 1 week, third is for 2 weeks. But even after your third follow up, if you're not getting any reply, then like it's safe to assume that the person is not interested, and you can move on to another person. And the third tip, so these are the three tips which I recommend. First one was having an elevator pitch, second one was follow up, third one, do not have a single source of do not have a single source. Like there are infinite people out there who can help you out, who can guide you, and who can be your mentor. So don't just like keep rushing behind a one person. Whenever you are putting out your elevator pitch or reaching out to people, like have at least five names in your mind and reach out to at least five people. And it's probable that even out of those five people, you might not get a reply from single one, but the probability is high that at least you'll get a reply from one. So do keep in mind these three things. All right. So Ritvik again asked that how to build a personal as well as project brand value. Like this is all the so that's what I'm going to discuss about in this session today. Love asked that how can we get benefit through LinkedIn regarding internship. First of all, there are many ways. First, the direct way is through LinkedIn Jobs. The indirect way is to like there are two indirect ways as well, like reaching out to HR directly. Or it generally works in case of startups, but not work in case of MNCs. But yes, at least for startups, you can try it out. Like just share your elevator pitch and your resume to a HR of the startup you want to work in. The second way, the second indirect way is through referrals. Like you can ask people for referrals if they are working in the industry in which you work, you dream to work in. And there is one more way, which is the automatic way, like the recruiters automatically reaching out to you. For that you need to create content. So trust me, that's the best way. Like it feels really great when you get job offers daily on your LinkedIn profile. No, like I hope you're getting it right. It's such a great feeling. So for that, just put out content, show your talent, show your skills. If you are a JavaScript developer, show your projects. Like put out content, as much content as you can, like make innovative projects and put it out on LinkedIn, and that's how people will come to know you. Write blogs, record podcasts, and like it's not a competition going on, but uh, it's something like just put out as much content as you can in your free time. Like making content is, I know it's something, is a little bit of overhead, and you don't really learn much when you are designing that content or writing that according to the platform. But yes, like that's why I said, like, in your free time, make sure that you are putting out content. All right. So Narendra asked, okay, so Ayushi asked how to approach people for a referral. Again, the same thing. It works for everything. Like, have an elevator pitch, a strong elevator pitch, and a strong resume, and then send that elevator pitch and resume to the person you are asking referral for, and then follow up. And again, do third tip as well. Do not like solely depend on one source. Like, reach out to multiple people. Like, there are thousands of employees working in any company, right? So you can reach out to multiple people. So Narendra asked, like, should we focus on building brand values or brand names? These two things are no longer separate now. Like, earlier they used to be like, companies used to, that's something which sort of people will not too much care about in personal branding. But yes, since you have asked, so earlier people used to spend a lot of money in building a brand for their startups, for their companies, and in that process they would like completely forget about the brand values, the customer satisfaction, and all those things. I know this does not apply to personal brand, but yes, still, since you have asked this, I believe that both of the things go hand in hand. Like, if you are not providing value to the people who actually read your content, who see your videos, or who read your blogs, if you're not working to add value to their lives by your content, your brand name is not going to grow. So yes, both of them. All right. Who do we contact specifically when applying for internships in a specific company? Again, that's a different topic of discussion. But since you have asked, like, there are multiple ways. First way is you can directly apply through, let's say, LinkedIn Jobs or Glassdoor or Monster.com, or so many things. Or the second way is you can directly mail the HR. But I would recommend mailing the HR because, like, and of course, have a polite mail, and that again. And okay, I see a lot of questions. Are MOOCs relevant on LinkedIn profile? Definitely. Like, anything, like, if you have something, if you have put your hard work into something, it is relevant for your profile. Just add that certifications on your certification section, right? Okay, let me show you. Like, in this particular section, like licenses and certifications, you can definitely add it on. All right. When reaching out to someone on LinkedIn, is it okay to write straightforward points rather than writing a paragraph, which seems boring? Of course, that's actually something which I would recommend. Like, if your paragraph is within 3 lines or 4 lines, it's okay to write a paragraph. But like, first of all, the thing is, the size of the message you are delivering to the other person, it should not be too much. Like, I generally follow this. Like, whenever I reach out to someone on LinkedIn or any platform, I make sure that that particular person can read that message of mine within 30 seconds. So you can get it now, right? Within 30 seconds means 3 or 4 lines. So if it is 3 or 4 lines, then no need to write in pointers. Like, a paragraph would also do. But if there is no way to like make it in 3 or 4 lines, then yes, of course, go with points. Okay, next question is how to be safe, as sometimes people fool others and get their work or idea. How to be aware about this is a very interesting question, very great question. I'm seriously so glad that you asked it. So for freshers, like, I'll tell you about my like experience as well. When I was in like second year, I was starting my second year. I was having an experience in web development. I received an offer from a startup, and they asked me that please build web app, our web app. Like, they were offering like just 10,000 for the whole web app. Like, that is insane. Like, that is crazy. Like, that is not done. So I just told them, like, this is too less. And so they were expecting the whole work to be done in 1 month, and the payment was 10,000. So that was not at all it. So the thing is, like, just be aware, like it is totally visible when someone is trying to exploit you as a fresher, as a first or second year fresher. Trust me, like, these startups, these new startups are looking for college undergrads to exploit, either as intern or as maybe as a outsourced developer. Do not fall for these tricks. First of all, my advice would be, like, as a fresher at least, if a startup says that right now we can't pay you but it will be good for your experience, do not take that. Trust me, do not take that. Trust in your skills. You can easily get a paid job. Second is, if a startup or someone says that just build this idea right now, I can't pay you, but trust me, when we go live, you can have 10% of our shares. Do not trust that, because that idea, even he does not know whether that idea will actually go live or not, and whether there will be any shares or not. So yes, do not fall for that. Third thing is, follow your instincts. Just like the things that the person is offering, and the time limit which he is giving, is it doable, and is he trying to exploit you? So yes, these, keep in mind these three things, and it's easy to find out who is trying to fool you. All right, so Rishabh asked me that today, in the age of digitization, marketing strategies are changing day by day. How do you see brand building with respect of memes? It is totally essential. I know that I don't share memes. I never do, but even I plan to, but like, I don't have a good sense of humor, so I don't even try. But it is, I believe that in terms of brand building right now, like, it has become essential to, it is called meme marketing. Like, Twitter is the best platform if you are looking for meme marketing. Like, you can share your memes about that particular product you have or something. So yes, it brings in a lot of engagement because people can actually connect better. And second thing is, it does not take too much time. So, giving an example, like, let's say I spent 3 hours to write a blog about the event I'm hosting, and another person X just makes a meme, infographic meme, like a simple meme on that particular event, and just publishes it. So it would take him 10 or 20 minutes to do that, and it would take me to at least 3 or 4 hours to write a whole blog. And you will see that his meme will get more engagements than my blog, because people are able to actually connect and laugh at it, and it brings in a lot more human touch. So yes, I believe that if you have a good sense of humor, you should definitely leverage the power of meme marketing. Okay, Ashutosh asked, how can we approach people for asking referrals? I already answered this earlier. I think, like, again, those three things: elevator pitch plus resume. Second thing, follow up. Third thing, do not be dependent on single source. All right. So Rishabh asks, in respect to projects, thinking of a new project is not always easy. Yes, I agree. In learning process, we all develop projects like weather app, and also, and should we put them on resume? Definitely, you should put. Like, first thing is, keep on improving your resume, right? So first thing, like, even everyone starts from to do app or weather application, and even I did that. So there's nothing wrong to do that, but after doing that, I would definitely recommend you to make something innovative. Let me give you an idea. Just give me 1 second. I'm searching that. All right. So just go to this particular link, which is github.com/public APIs/public APIs. This particular link, and you will find like n number of public APIs. There are finance APIs, there are events APIs, dictionaries, development, crypto, calendar, business, art and design, animal, and memes also, right? Memes would be there, right? Or maybe jokes, something like that would be there. Uh, we can search Control F, like meme, and like you can find a lot of memes, right? And so on. So yes, like maybe unsplash photography, and so combine any two of three. Like, this is basically a sort of PNC, like permutation and combination. There you can implement a lot of innovative ideas. The only thing, like, at least for starting, I can refer, I can give you this idea that just go to this list of public APIs, pick up any two of these, let's say photography and like anything photography, and try to implement that. Like maybe make your own website where you can search. Let me give you an example. So how about making a website where the user can write a sentence like how you are feeling, like I am feeling good, or something like I'm feeling angry, and then use the sentiment detection. It's called Monkey Learn API. You can find it, Monkey Learn API. They provide a free API for sentiment detection. Detect the sentiments like angry, anger percentage, or happiness percentage, or something like that. Or maybe search for keywords, like divide that whole query into keywords, and from that keywords use use this Unsplash API to fetch photograph and display those photographs on the on your screen. So that's a simple idea which is implementable in less than 2 hours. Like trust me, less than 2 hours, and it's a great idea, and it would look good in your resume as well. That's a simple thing. Like another example, like something which we made in one of our hackathons in college, our team. It was basically something for autistic children, children who are suffering from autism. Like it was something like this. Like our aim was to make the children who were having autism to sit and learn along with the students who do not have autism. What did we do for that? We made an application which would actually make them learn alongside them. How? So our idea was the teacher will speak. The only difference would be a student will without autism will have notebooks in their table, but a student with autism will have a tablet on their table. So how does our app work? The teacher will speak in real time. We will convert that speech to text. From that text we would actually figure out some keywords. Based on those keywords we would fetch the images, like just I'm telling you right now. And from those images we would apply some sort of neural style transfer or something like that, and we will convert those images into a comical form and display that to the child's screen. So it is known that children suffering for autism have difficulty in comprehending written text, but they can comprehend images and photos much better than like people who do not have autism. So this was our idea to, instead of displaying text to them, like we would display images to them. And we won first prize for this, and the cash prize was around 20,000, I think. So yes, it's all about the idea, and it's not too much difficult to actually find an innovative idea. All right, so let me continue with my content now, because it's already 3:47, and for the remaining questions I can sort of get back after this webinar. And even if I miss any question, you can always reach out to me on my LinkedIn. Like it's linkedin.com/in/Madhav Bahl. And like do follow up. I generally not reply within Monday. I generally take 2 or 3 days to reply, but it's okay. All right. So whenever you are starting your profile building, these are the 4 steps that I want you to follow. First of all, take a page of paper and write down what are your brand goals. So it can be anything. Just stay true to yourself. Like do not be philosophical here. Stay true to yourself. It can be earning money. It can be making a brand that sort of inspires other. It can be helping others, or anything. But stay true to yourself. Like what are your actual brand goals? Like no like philosophy here. Real brand goals. I want to earn this much amount of money through my personal brand, or something like that. Or maybe like I want to inspire 50,000 people, or maybe I want to do something for the student community, or something like that. Second thing is, take another sheet of paper and write down the things which make you happy in the long term. Again, do not be philosophical. Write I'm not talking about your passion, I'm just talking about the things that make you happy. And please do not write it as something like like going to clubs or partying. Like even that can be an answer, and you can be like, today every sort of field has an opportunity. Like even if you love partying, or even if you love gaming, even that can earn you money, and you can build a brand as a gamer as well, or maybe as a DJ or something like that. But if you are looking for in a technical domain, try to keep it in aligned to that particular field. But yes, something that makes you happy in the long term. Third thing is, amongst the things you have mentioned in the second point, what are you good at? Things which are you good at right now. Like just cross them, or maybe just put a tick besides them. So it can be something like, what makes you happy in long term? I can write that blogging or speaking or something like that. And what are the things which I'm good at right now? Speaking. I'm good at speaking. Then, fourth question: what are those two or three things that can give you more results? Like, list down. Like, for to find out these two or three things, just try implementing the third point. The things which you are good at, maybe JavaScript. If you are good at JavaScript, start writing posts, start creating content related to JavaScript, start making projects, and maybe write a blog, record a podcast, and then analyze the fourth point, those two or three things that gives you the maximum result. Taking my own example, for me, the maximum results are fetched from written blogs and these one-on-one webinars, these live webinars. So that's why I do these maximum. Like, I post on LinkedIn a lot, I do as many webinars as possible. Every week I go live, every week I do events in many colleges, in many events, in hackathons, and so on. So these are the things which gives me maximum sort of results and maximum reach. So the whole point is to figure out what you are good at right now and leverage that to fetch you the maximum result. Let me explain you. So the first thing was, what are my brand goals? So if you are writing down your brand goals will help you in this way. If you are aware of your goals, you can have a focused journey. Trust me, it's not an overnight process. It can take you a year or two. Trust me, like, I started getting active on LinkedIn in 2018, and for 1 year I had absolutely zero engagement, absolutely zero. Like, that was so demotivating, but I did not give up, and that's what fetched me so many opportunities right now. So yes, it's a long term goal, and for having a long term goal, you need to have a focused journey. So if you are aware of your goals, you can have a focused journey. You can save a lot of time into, like, which can be wasted in exploring this, exploring that, and shifting here, shifting domains, shifting jobs, and so on. So yes, you can save a lot of time. You can select the resources and opportunities which align with your goals. All in all, you won't be a sort of ship lost in the ocean of social media. Think about it in such a way that if you are going to build your brand as an influencer, or if you want to be an influencer, you want people to follow you in a journey. See it analogously, like, see it as a similar scenario, like you are the sailor of a ship. That ship is your brand, and you are the sailor of that brand, and the ocean is the social media. Just listen to it very carefully once again. You are riding a ship, you are the sailor of the ship is your brand, you are the sailor, and the ocean is the social media. So if you don't know where you are going, you will be just lost. And if you are lost, people are going to give up on you and will sit in another ship, right? So you don't want people to leave your ship. You want people to follow you. You want people to be there in your journey. And you want to take those people from one end to another end. So to actually reach that end, you yourself need to be aware about what is your goal. So if my goal is to spread awareness about JavaScript, I can make people follow me by making content about JavaScript daily and making sure that that particular content is adding value in their lives. And if it is adding value to their life, they will never, those people will never leave your ship. And because they know that if we cling to that ship, if we sit in that ship, if we follow that ship, we are definitely going to reach our destination as well. So yes, remember, you are the sailor, your ship is your brand, and the ocean is social media. Do not get lost in it. Second point was, what do you love doing? Like, by having a clear list of things which makes you happy in the long term, you can actually stay motivated for the long term, because it's going to take months or years. Trust me, it's not a overnight journey. Second thing is, you can narrow down your target audience. Third thing is, you can blend your expertise, and you can actually make a difference. Now the most important point, what are you skilled at? So I just told you to write a list of things which makes you happy, and then cross out the things which you are not skilled at right now. So the point is to get started at this particular moment. How you can do that? 80-20 rule. Leverage your strengths right now. Like, find your niche. Like, if you are good at JavaScript right now, your long term goal might be different, but right now you are good at JavaScript. So just start making content and just go out there, and that will actually like get you started immediately without waiting. And I believe that everyone is skilled at something. Like there is something which we all are skilled at, it's just about finding that particular thing. And now, after doing this particular thing for 2 to 3 months, find out what produces the maximum results. So, for everyone, it will be 2 or 3 things which will produce the maximum result. It can be blogging, it can be podcasting, or something else. The idea is to eliminate the things which do not produce results so that you can focus on the things of greater importance. So, for example, like I have tried out everything. I have recorded podcasts, I have tried to make videos, I have tried live streaming, I have tried meme content. That's why I told you that I'm not good at my sense of humor is not that good. I have tried photographic infographics, I have tried normal blogs, I have tried posts, I have tried tweets. But out of those things, blog posts and normal posts and live events worked the best for me. So these were the 3 things which best worked best for me. And now I spend 80% of my time in doing those things rather than the things which do not produce any result. All right. So now a little bit of content is remaining. I know you must be very tired now. It's almost 1 hour, but trust me, it's very important. These points are also important. So finding your target audience. So just remember this point, that brand yourself before others brand you. So trust me, like we all human beings, like we have a sort of a habit of making opinions. Like if you are out there on LinkedIn just doing nothing and maybe posting random things, maybe posting memes, we will people are going to form an image about you. And if you are posting like something like anything, people are going to form an image in that particular manner. So you need to find the right target audience. Let me tell you an example. So let's say if you are putting out the content about JavaScript daily, but your LinkedIn connections are mostly law students or maybe medical students, do you think that it would be useful for them? No, right? So you need to find your target audience. To do that, there are these 3 things. First of all, study your current network. Is there any similarity? So for most of you, like you, since you are in this hackathon, I can bet that for most of you, the similarity will be 2 things: students and software engineers. So now you know that your audience is software engineers. Second point is know yourself completely and know what value or service are you offering. So know yourself completely. Like I know that I'm good at JavaScript and I am going to make content related to JavaScript. So I need to connect more with JavaScript developers or with software developers or with students. So these are my 3 target audience. Third is study your goals and make a rough idea in your mind about what your target audience look like. So if I'm writing blogs which can help out student community, so I can form an image in my mind that I need to connect with students, right? So just find out and connect with more and more. Like let's say many people were asking about referrals, right? So right now your goal is to, for the people who are asking referrals, your goal is to get a job in tech industry. So target audience for you would be employees who are already working in your dream companies. Connect with them, like send them a humble connection message. Like whenever you connect with them, LinkedIn allows you to add a 200 letters connection message. Be humble in that and just add it, like I have seen your work and you're doing an amazing job, I would love to learn from your experiences. Be humble and ask them, and try to build a great network. Like again, your network is your net worth. And this is the most important thing: storytelling and document your journey. So these are the 3 things, like which I generally follow. Like tell about you, like what are you now, and if I'm able to, like while writing a story or while writing a blog which conveys a sort of story, first thing is tell about you, what you are and what you were before. Share about the difficult times, like aim to inspire. Don't Sharing about your difficult time does not mean gaining anyone's sympathy. Like if you are doing right, choosing words in that particular manner, it is going to be very harmful for your long term brand. So share the difficult times in the sense that like share that you were going through this particular problem. It can be anything. Like I was like as stupid as I was, like how not to encounter a null pointer exception, right? Like it can be anything, but have a proper aim behind it, like what is the exact problem which you are facing, and then conclude with that aha moment, with that particular thing which your audience can actually follow to get out of that particular problem which you were facing. But that was writing story. But apart from story as well, like, this is your homework for today. Write your story for today. Like, you can mention your story here. Like, feel free to write this particular, like, I believe that the about section in LinkedIn profile is the best place to sort of story tell and to share your story, like what you are, and like why do you think and do things, and what is your aim. But apart from that, like, we can't come up with new stories every day, right? So how to stay consistent? The best thing is document your journey. So here is one more challenge to you guys from my end. Like, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you already know that many people, like, I challenge many people to do 100 days of code challenge. So this the whole point is documenting your journey. Let me tell you the I know that it's already 4 o'clock, but I'll take 10 more minutes. Trust me, it's going to end in, I'm so sorry, the organizers, like, let me ask them before. So Saksham, can I can I go more for 10 minutes?
Surely, sir, it's not a problem. It's a beautiful session, and we would love you to continue.
Thanks a lot, Saksham. Thank you so much. Great. So basically, like, also the audience which are present here, the people who are present here, do not leave, because like, we are going to end in 10 minutes. But yes, it's going to be very interesting. So how to stay consistent? Document your journey. Like, let me give you a very simple example and why documenting your journey is very, very important. Like, even if you follow Gary Vee, like, I would definitely recommend all of you to just go and follow Gary Vee right now. His name is Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's an amazing person. Like, he's sort of social media inspiration for all of them. So he always keeps on talking about this one thing: document your journey. What does he mean? Basically, documenting your journey is going out on your social media and telling what did you learn today, daily or maybe regularly. When you do that, so let me take an example. Let's say I'm learning JavaScript for, I know that old particular example, like this. I'm giving the same example since the beginning of my session, but yeah, it's okay. So let's say from today I'll start learning JavaScript. One way is to learn JavaScript and do nothing, like, and keep it in like inside myself. The other way is to learn JavaScript, and at the end of the day, let's say 9:30 or 9 p.m., when you are packing up, just write a small post on Twitter or on LinkedIn, saying that this was my first day of my 100 days of code challenge, and today I learned all these things, and write about this thing. Like, let's say you were learning about hoisting, just write about what is hoisting. Or maybe you were learning about arrow functions, just write about. So there's this concept of arrow functions in JavaScript, and this is the syntax and all that thing. Maybe write a small blog or a small LinkedIn post. I generally prefer LinkedIn post due to two reasons. Again, I told you, the amazing algorithm which can get you so much recognition, opportunities, and recommendations. And the second thing is that algorithm which can basically bring you so much reach. So this is why it is important. So let me take an example. Uh, let's say there's a person X and there's a person Y. This person X regularly documents his journey, regularly puts out a post on LinkedIn, like, today I learned arrow functions, today I learned maps, today I learned hash maps, today I learned JavaScript, or like, today I learned trees, today I learned graph, today I learned DFS algorithm, today I learned this, today that. After 100 days, that particular Y, who has seen a particular person X posting about his learning daily, will have an image in his mind that this person is an expert at coding, or at learning, or maybe at JavaScript. So because he or she has seen you doing that regularly. And while LinkedIn is a platform full of recruiters, and trust me, they are looking for people who are good at things. When they see you putting up posts regularly, like when they see you learning, they will have an image in mind that this particular person Jimmy, he from past 100 days he is learning JavaScript. He is the best person to reach out. This will build a credibility and trust. So yes, this is my challenge for you guys today. From today, take this challenge: 100 days of code. every day, go on LinkedIn and write what did you learn, and do tag me. I like that will I would love to see your journey. Like, I really feel good when I see any of my mentee or any of my student, when they start the 100 days of code challenge. I really love it because like i I feel good that I was able to motivate them to learn daily. So at the end of the day, it's about your skills, right? It's about your skills which are going to earn you money and fame and respect and job opportunities and all those things. And when I see that people are actually following 100 days of code, I really feel good because I was able to motivate them. So yes, this is my challenge for you guys today. After this webinar, go to LinkedIn and write a post about from today, as told by Madhav Bahl, and just do tag me. I will follow 100 days of code, and I will share what all did I learn daily. And that's, yes, do tag me. I would really love to see all your journey. Like, trust me, I've been following. There are so many people on LinkedIn who put out 100 days of code, tagging me out there, and I follow. Like, I might not comment on their posts daily, but I am seeing what all do are they learning daily, and I really feel good. I see uh, great to see their progress. So yes, start documenting your journey. Now, the last section for today: frequency and timing. Like, what should be your frequency and timing? It depends on platform to platform. Like, it's different for every platform. For LinkedIn, let's say a good frequency would be once or twice a day, and timing would be like it depends on the time zone. If your let's say if your audience is in US time zone, then your timing would have been different. But for general Indian audience, I would recommend between 5 to 8 p.m., or if you are a morning person, it would be between 9 to 11 a.m. So timing, that is good for LinkedIn. But frequency, again, for LinkedIn, because I told you that LinkedIn follows this particular algorithm, which enables you to like sort of your post remains at top, like it is still active for at least one day. Like, you would have seen, like, you get engagement on your post for at least 12 hours or 24 hours. So a good frequency would be once or twice a day. For Twitter, if you prefer Twitter, a good frequency would be 10 to 20 times a day, because Twitter, like, in within an hour, your tweets go below, and if it's not performing well, it will just disappear, as in like it will not get enough engagement. For Instagram stories, again, 10 to 20, like if you are really focusing on building a brand. For Instagram posts, it can be again once a day. But since I prefer LinkedIn, so I would prefer once or twice a day. That would be a good frequency. So now this is the challenge for you. Like, go to LinkedIn and write a post on what did you learn right now in this webinar. It can be anything. Like, you can take the screenshot of this particular slide, or any slide which you find useful, and you can share it on LinkedIn, and just tell what all did you learn. Don't forget to mention me. Like, don't forget to tag me. And second point, make your own brand story and mention your brand story in your about section. I always believe that having a sort of brand story in the about section it builds a lot of it's good for brand building. And third point, post at least 5 times a day, or like 5 times a week for 1 month, or at least 100 days. Do follow that 100 days of code challenge. And yes, that's it from my side. Feel free to connect with me on any platform you want. I'm available everywhere, but I'm much more active on LinkedIn than other platforms. So yes, do connect with me on LinkedIn. And now let us see the questions which I was not able to answer at the starting, and then we can conclude the session. We are still on time. It should take around 4:15 to end the session. So the next question is by Divi. So Divi is asking, sir, we approach someone like an HR or a mentor. They don't reply sometimes. How to remind them? Like, how to ping them once? It's very easy. Like, there are a lots of tips on how can you follow up. Just go to Google and search follow up email format, or maybe follow up email template, or maybe follow up tips, like how to follow up, and you'll get a lot of tips. Like, some things you need to keep in mind is that you don't need, like, you should not sound rude. And second thing is the timing. Like, do not follow up every day. It sounds very rude, and they might not deliberately reply to you if you just annoy them every day. So a good timing is first follow up after 24 hours, second follow up after 1 week, which is actually 1 week from the beginning, which is after 3 days from the initial follow up, or maybe 4 or 5 days. But yeah, and the third follow up after 2 weeks from the initial message. So yes, and of course, if people are not replying to you, you can even check out my post which I did some time ago. Let me see if it's still there. Like I can find. Let me see if I can find it. Or maybe you can just go to my profile and go to the posts, and let me see if I can find that for you. Just give me 1 minute. It was very useful. Like it was a long post, but it was actually very useful. Just give me 1 more minute. It should be somewhere here. I posted that 1 month ago. All right, all right. Okay. I think I'm not able to find it, but yeah, it's all right. Maybe Divi, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I can share with you like some tips on how can actually you sort of why you might not be getting those replies on why people are not replying to you. But yes, anyways, that's let's not spend too much time on it. Okay, the next question is, can you share your experience, like how did you get? Okay, so that was 2 years ago. I mean, I don't actually remember the exact questions, so I think it would be better if you ask your immediate seniors. So my interview was 2 years ago. Like I just remember few things about it. Like there was one coding round. There were After one coding round, there were two technical rounds and one HR round. Apart from this, I genuinely do not remember the what questions did they ask me, because it was two more like around 2 years ago. So I'm sorry, Abhinav, I can't answer the exact experience which I had, but a better person to approach for that would be your immediate senior who actually got selected. So you can reach out to him or her on LinkedIn. So one more question from Ritvik. Should we add links like our Devfolio ID or collaborative project in our resume with specific details? Yes, of course you can add, like as long as there is space. Like it's completely your own wish, right? If you have enough space in your resume, then definitely go for it. But make sure that you are adding only the things which are important. And of course, for your resume, I would show you this. Let me so just go to YouTube and my channel, which is the Lean Programmer, youtube.com/, the Lean Programmer. And from here, you can see my latest episode of the Lean Talks. It is about 2 hours long, but trust me, you are going to learn a lot about resume making. Like really a lot. I really told everything I know about resume making. So yes, you are going to love a lot. So just go to my channel. It's youtube.com/, the Lean Programmer, and just check out the recent Lean Talks, which is building a rock solid resume. And you are going to learn a lot from that. All right, we are proceeding end. So two more questions, I think. How to showcase our work through LinkedIn such that it gets better reach? There are a lot of tips, right? First of all, building credibility, consistency. All right. So I actually did a post on that. Let me go through that only. Like instead of repeating things, I generally prefer to sort of point to that particular post. Yes. Let me find that. Okay, so here it is. So probably Harshit, you can see it. Like I posted that 2 days ago. You can see it in my activity. It is basically like these are my tips. Like how when you are posting something on LinkedIn, these are the tips which I generally give people. First of all, sincerity. Like put authentic data. Put the source of the data as well. Like from where did you get that data? And do not try to have a clickbait. Like in the initial you might write some in the first line you might write something which might be a clickbait. Having clickbaits will degrade your overall quality. So yes, first point is be sincere. So Harshit, this is something for your genuine like your general post or your blog as well. Second thing is consistency. Post daily, if not daily, at least regularly, like at least once a day, or maybe once in 2 days, once in 3 days. Even if it is once in a week, make sure that it is like going there every week. So yes, post regularly. The time frame you can give choose for yourself. I generally choose like I generally believe in having one blog per week and one LinkedIn post per day, at least one LinkedIn post per day. So that's my definition of regular, but it can be different for you. It can be once in 2 days or something else, but post regularly. Give back genuinely. Like, I know it's very difficult to sort of take out time for in your busy schedule. Even for me, it's like very, very difficult, but trust me, when you give your time to people, it you are able to connect better. So do reply to those DMs, do connect with people, and try to mentor them, try to guide them genuinely. Share helpful resources, like for example my information threads, they got a lot of engagement. Like in total I got more than 3 lakh post views on those information threads. So yes, like if you find something useful, you can share them on LinkedIn. So yes, you can just go through this post, Harshit. Like, make helpful content, stay relevant, analyze, storytell, be open minded, humble, and keep the readers in mind. All right, so last question for today, I think. Muskan asked me, like, is it necessary to post our certificates or something on LinkedIn, or can we simply put these certificates? Very good question, Muskan. So I'll tell you something which I generally love to follow. You will never see me posting any course completion certificate on LinkedIn. I generally add it in my certification section, like this section, this. What I recommend you guys is, like, just don't just post your certificates. Instead of that, write a blog on what did you learn in that particular course, and write a LinkedIn post, or just make a project and show what you learned instead of showing the certificate. All right, I'm too tired for today, but yes, let's take on the last question as well. So Nishan asked me, like, what can we do if we are not good at a particular thing, but it makes us happy and we are extremely desperate to do that? The shortest answer for that is do that. So, like, even if you're not good at that, you're not good at that particular thing right now. Imagine yourself doing that consistently after till 1 year or 2 years. After 2 years, I can bet that if you love doing that and you are doing it consistently, you will be a master at it. So yes, do not give up. Even if you're not good at something, but you love to do it, keep doing it. Like, genuinely keep doing it. All right, guys. Like, I'm too tired for today now, so let's conclude the session. Thanks a lot, Saksham, and the whole organizing team for having me here today. It was indeed a pleasure to sort of speak at your event, and I hope every participant will give their best in this hackathon, and all the best to every participant. Thanks, guys.
It was a really great session, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here. And I believe the audience even feels the same. Everyone has been really enjoying the session. I'd like to thank you for doing this, for addressing the audience. Big thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Vinam. Stay in
And
touch and see you
yes,
tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be
yeah,
judging
surely, sir.
the. Okay, guys. Bye bye.
Also, everyone, this is to inform you that the next session will be starting at 5 p.m. It's on building projects in teams, a really relevant session by Mr. Gaurav Sen. Do join us for that, and it will be held on his session. Thank you, everyone. Sarthak?